So first of all, thank you so much for getting up early, and second of all, thank you so much for supporting my products, because that allowed me to get a whole lot more new cool things.
Yes.
So last year the Stay-tion was a huge hit. Exceeded our expectations, so we got to do a smaller one. So this is the 7-inch Stay-tion. The cuteness factor is off the chart. I had some ladies yesterday I was demoing, and they came over and they're like, we want that. And I started talking to them, like, no, we don't do anything with paper, we do yarn. I'm like, well, what are you going to do with it? Like, we don't know, but we want it because it's cute. Once we get it home, we'll figure it out. All right, whatever. So cuteness matters. So same construction as the original. It's got a really nice surface on it. Now it's been, Ranger's always trying to improve things, so I think the surface is a little bit better. You still don't want to use any archival ink or anything that has to be cleaned with any harsh cleaners. The magnets are the same that comes with the original. They said, do you want to do smaller ones? And I thought, you know, that might be kind of cute. Well, when I got them, I was not happy with them. So these magnets, in my mind, are perfect. So it comes with the board, the 4 original magnets, and then your flexible ruler. So I wanted this for card makers. I think that's really nice. It's good for traveling. People who do art journaling or planners, this is like, I think would be a huge help for them. So you can slide it between the pages, right? Put your magnets on here. And if you want to stencil, that'll hold your stencil in place. But if you're a stamper and if you want to stamp on here, you're stamping on a solid surface. So you'll get a solid image. Where over here you might have some bulk or some, you know, maybe some die cuts that are glued in here, and it's not going to be a smooth surface for stamping. So for me, I think this is a huge help. Bible journalers, good, really good for a lot of people. Okay, so let's see what's next. Then I wanted new rulers. So these, if you get ink on them, they get yucky looking. They're cute, I like them a lot, but I wanted something thicker too. Sometimes if you're trying to align things, this is thin, and if you have a thicker piece, it goes over the top of it. So I thought, let's do some acrylic magnetic rulers. So it's really nice that you can see through these. I like that a lot. The magnets are very strong. You can pick the whole Stay-tion up with the magnets. So sometimes you even have to like slide it off the end to take it off. That's how strong the magnets are. And I have one there if you want to play with it. So this is just like my baby now. Let's see what else. People are buying these now to put in their car. I thought, okay, that's interesting. I heard that quite a few times yesterday. They said that, I said, for what? Well, when you go to the bank and you have to sign a check, I have a solid, you know, thing I can write on now. I can set my drink on the seat and it's not going to tip over. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay. So that's it. We also sell the replacement magnets. If I was a store owner, I would do a make and take with these to get people to understand how good they are. And so what I did was I took my Clearly for Art and just did little magnet samples. And if you put it by your cash register, people like to play with magnets. I found that out over this year. And I think that's really a good thing. So that's that. So we have the 7-inch, and then we also have the 12-inch for the original Stay-tion. And like I said, you can pick the whole thing up with the magnets. That's how good they are. I'll talk about the stamp positioner in a second. So then we did 4 stamp stencil die sets. So this one is called Thank You. So just like last year, everything is designed to work together. So these are all, you know, mix and match, and then they coordinate with the 4 sets that we did last year too. So it's kind of nice to refresh things, you know, that they have and kind of add to your collection. So again, always the stamp's going to be in the front page, then the die, and then you'll see the stencils down here. This one is called MERCI. This one is a really cool flourish. I use this one on a lot of things, and this is a nice one too. It's very easy to make bigger or longer or have a different angle. You just snip it and you have 2 pieces, hide the cut ends, and then it's good to go. So a lot of different options with that one and this one too. And then this one has some dies, and then it has the stencil. This one is called Bravo, and if you're ever worried about the detail on clear stamps, if you take a look at the stamp, here's a sample of it. The detail is amazing. It's really good. So there's the stamps here, and a lot of little filler pieces that can be used with last year's stuff too. There's the dies, and then there's the stencils. And then this one is shocking because it doesn't have any flowers on it. So when my husband unpacked the box, he said, did they send you this one or is this one yours? Like, this is mine. He goes, no flower and no flower. I know, I'm still shocked when I look at it. But everybody makes birthday cards, and this is a fun one. It's got some kind of funky sayings. I did kind of the happy birthday and the license plate art for a guy card, so kind of, you know, just a little bit more masculine. There's the dies, and then the stencil. The stencil allows you to add different colors to the layers, and this is little confetti. And then this is the candle, so it's a 2-part candle. You can make it 2 colors very easily. And then I'll talk about the liquid pearls quickly, and then I'll show you the stamp positioner. So liquid pearls, they're the way to go. The thing that's nice about this, we came up with the little perfect stylus. So this has 4 different ball ends. We used them in class, right? And I said everybody will be addicted by the end of the class, right? And were they? If I walked around, everybody had dots everywhere. So it's really nice. So there's like a 1 millimeter tip, 1.5, 2.5, and 3. So kind of a different size ball for anything you need. And if you look at the little samples here, you'll see that I just kind of gave you ideas for where to put the dots. Plus you can fill in a background. You can see little dots here. You can fill in a background. The flowers, just put a dot in the center and it makes a huge, huge difference. So that's been fun. This stencil, let's see, which one is it? This one here. So this is just like 5 little dots. So I wanted to show you what it looks like when you take the time to add a dot, the liquid pearl dot to it. Knock something over here. My sweater. So if you look at the sample here, I stenciled in sky blue, but then just added that tiny dot in the center, and it just made the background so much better. And you'll see little dots everywhere.
And you added those with the stylus,
yep,
rather than the tip.
Yes. Well, here's the deal. Here's why I wanted the stylus. I could never get my dots perfect every single time. You know, I might get 10 that are good, and then I squeeze too hard and I get a blob, and it's like, ah.
Or sometimes there's air in the bottle, and you just mess up your project.
And the other thing was for me, you know, if you do bigger dots, and if you're doing a make and take at your store, so that's going to be the last thing you add to your card. And so now people have to get this thing home without getting any, you know, smearing it or anything, right? These dots will dry in 2 minutes. And they're still shiny and raised. You still see the detail. But to me, that's the way to go. And I just put some on my craft sheet. Don't put it on the station unless it's protected. And you'll see the dots are consistent every time. And for me, that's huge. Not that I'm a control freak or anything, but
That's like, okay, that's the bomb. That's the bomb.
That's, to me, that's easy. It's easy. Everybody can do that. If you have an oops on your card, you can cover it up with these dots. Not that I ever have an oops, but just somebody else could do that. Little things like this, I showed you the little confetti stencil. So on this one, I stenciled the whole entire stencil in jet black archival, but then I only did half of it and added the little dots on here, and look at the difference it makes, right? So to me, that's huge. Now, small detail. The other thing, this is a Stampers Anonymous stamp. So I did it twice. Without the dots, that's what it looks like. And when you take the time to add that little dot to the center, it really, sorry Mark, it really defines the flowers. And you see each individual flower. So for me, I just think that's a huge thing. You don't have to worry about the adhesive on there because they're on there. They go through the mail well. They're shiny, and you do notice them. So you'll see them on everything I do because I love them. Let's see, replacement magnets, you know about. We have the 9-inch craft sheet. So if you're going to do anything messy, any paint or anything, you can cover up your craft sheet with that. People ask why we didn't have a 7-inch one, and it was because when they did the pricing, it came out to be like a penny or two less than this one. So because of the sizing and the way it's cut, they're just like, we can't do that, that's terrible. So if you did want it, you could easily cut this down to 7 inches to fit the little station. Another way you can protect your station is with the silicone mat. And this was interesting. So it's kind of a non-stick surface. So people have asked me, when you're working on the craft sheet, does it bother you that the station moves around? And I guess I've used it for so long that I don't even really notice it. But when I got this, I thought, okay, that'll be good because then the station won't move. But it did. It's like, what is the story? So if you just move it around a little bit and just kind of wiggle it, now you can see it's really pretty, it's really stable now. So it's just some kind of friction or tension that happens underneath there, and now it doesn't go. But at first when you set it down, it's like, it's weird. It's just weird. Okay, what else did I forget now? Let's see. What else? Oh, yes, a positioner. Mm-hmm. Yes. Now that I have this, I would pay $50 for it. Oh, I got liquid pearls everywhere. Clean this up. I'll be wearing it. All right. So red rubber stamps, obviously you can't see through them, right? So do you ever stamp something like this and you want to scream? It's like, it's not there. If I should have stamped it 1/8 of an inch lower, it's not where it belongs. Or if I wanted to add some leaves or something coming from these stones, it's like it's not touching it. So that's it. Everybody know how stamp positioner works? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so I won't take the time to do that then for the red rubber. So that's what that's good for. So what you get is the acrylic piece that's magnetic, and then the thinner piece, and that's your positioning piece. So is anybody thinking, well, no, wait a minute here, your stamps are clear, why do I need this? Nobody's thinking that?
Layering.
So I have my cardstock here, my background is all done and I'm ready to go. Oops. All right, so I'll just start putting my die cuts down here. It's like, okay, all right, I like that. So now I need to start adding my filler stamps in the background. So I'll go to my clear stamps now. And I'll take my little stamp here. Another tip here, this little sheet that comes with your stamp sets, I was always losing it. So if you take a piece of packing tape and make a little hinge, that protects your stamps. And it also slides in the pocket easier. All right, so now because I'm going to use a clear stamp, I don't need this little thin piece. So I'll just lay my stamp where I want it. It's got to be clean. So it's like, okay, that's where I want it. I'll get my block. So we did an acrylic block. Cute little scallops on here, only one corner, and I'll show you why. So now I'm going to take my stamp and I'm going to stamp that, get my die cuts out of the way, and now it's like, where was this? Because once your die cuts are gone, it's like you've completely lost your orientation, right? So you don't want to be like this bird here. I want to make sure that this is not floating above my arrangement or stuck down too far so I can't see it. So if I put my die cuts back and get my magnets out of the way because I don't even need them now. That's where I want it, right there. So all I have to do is now put my magnetic corner on here. I'll need 2 of these. Put this on here. You don't want it on the die cuts because you need to get the die cuts out of there. And get my magnets out of the way. Now again, corner to corner, and I'll pick up my stamp. Now when I move these out of the way, I'm going to stamp it in the exact right spot every single time. Make sense?
Yes.
So for me, that's another huge thing. So you're not, yeah, it's exactly where you want it then. Okay, what else? What else? Look, pardon me?
The pictures is pretty. No, I was curious about why that. Why do you like that?
Because it's perfect. It never causes any wrinkles. I have never had one person say that the bottle clogged, ever. Not one person. And I tell people in my classes, if you have a clogging, I want to know about it. And not one person, and we probably had it about maybe 3 years, I'm going to guess. It's really nice. I use Clearly for Art, which is my moldable plastic material. That's what these little flowers are made from. And so what I do with this, so it's just like this plastic piece, right? And then I have my newsprint paper, which is like super thin newsprint paper, right? And I paint the clear piece with the Clearly for Art. I mean, with the Perfect Card adhesive. And so what do you see on here?
Nothing.
That's the answer. There's not one wrinkle in the whole thing. And this piece, you can see it's yellow. It's been with me for so long, but there's not one wrinkle in it. And that's why I love the Perfect Card adhesive.
For something so big, do you spread it with a brush?
I do. Yes. Yeah. You can use a foam brush or you can use Tim's like collage brush,
Or
either one.
The
Yeah.
silicone triangle.
I don't use that. I don't know why, but I don't. Yeah, but either one of those, yes. And
does it not dry by then you come to the end? That's right.
And you don't need to gob a whole lot on. So you can see there's not one bubble on it. So that is why I like it. It dries completely matte. has no shine at all. You can use it for, if you come back later, I'll do a demo and show you it works as a resist. It's really, really a cool technique. So I like that a lot. What else did I forget to tell you? After you do so many, it's like, would I tell them that or not? Let's see, any questions or anything you know about that? You know about that? You know about
red
this?
rubber. I want to see the red rubber.
Oh, you want to see it with the red rubber? All right. All right, so I have this little bird here. Okay, so now I have to use the little thin acrylic piece because it's red rubber, right? I don't need two of these, I'll just use one. And this can be put anywhere, it doesn't matter. Again, I'm going to put my stamp on here so it's corner to corner. And it can be left-handed, right-handed, whatever's convenient for you. This can be down on the bottom, so it doesn't have to, this is how I'm just used to using it. But this works perfectly every single time, it's amazing. So now all I have to do is pick up my bird, and I'm going to ink him with Jet Black Archival. And I stamp with Archival for this because the Jet Black shows up, even if you have a dark surface, you have a dark background, it'll show up really well when you go to position it. So now it's just corner to corner, right? There's my bird. Okay, so now I want him to sit on this leaf. So now all I have to do is position him. So he could be here, he could be here. If I want him right there sitting on the leaf, all I have to do is hold this down, put my corner. The bad thing about these is they're clear. Like in a chaos, then it's like, where is it? So now all I have to do is put my corner down, get this out, re-ink my stamp, and when I stamp it, he's going to be sitting right on the leaf exactly where I wanted him. And so that's, ta-da!
No.
So that's why for red rubber it's really, really good, but there's also, like I said, with the die cuts, I like that tip a lot too. And that's how I would do these too. So now he's perfect on the, exactly where I wanted him.
And the archival ink, it's easily taken off the block.
Yeah, I just wipe it off. Yeah. So if this was like maybe a star and I wanted to do a border, I would just leave this here, reposition it as many times as I want because it's not going to dry on there. And when I'm done with it, I just use these from Costco and just wipe it off and it's good, gone. So, did I show you this? The acrylic block, why the scallops? Did I tell you that one or no?
You did it in class, but they were in class.
Okay,
So.
all right. So when I did my Facebook Live, my husband's like, people are going crazy about the scallops on the block. I'm like, really? Why? And everybody's like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? And I'm like, well, first of all, it's cute, right?
Yes.
Second of all, I only wanted one corner. It's very easy to grip now because you have the scallops. It's very, very easy. You can hold it either way.
Listen to me.
Thank you. Yes, sir. And then the other thing is you can actually stamp with it too, which is interesting. So if you're into mixed media, you're going to get some irregular, perfectly imperfect lines, which is really fun. And again, do this with Archival, not with the blendables, because it works better. So you get that little border. If I ink this solid edge, you get another perfectly imperfect little background mark. Interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
So a lot of different ways, and it's very convenient to hold, and it was designed obviously as a 3-part system then. Phew.
These are new colors, right?
No.
No?
Oh, the
Yeah,
liquid
the
pearls?
purple,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, those are 6 new colors, yes. Oh, we're ready.
Last
All
year
right.
I was excited about the station. This year I'm excited about the new station.
The new station.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Sprout Time videos for all the Creativation 2020 coverage.